One food pantry in Broomfield is fielding questions about what will happen far away in Washington, D.C.
We're seeing the perception and panic of, oh my goodness, what am I going to do?
Executive Director Dana Scott says 65% of people who come to Broomfield Fish rely on SNAP benefits, federally funded by a government currently shut down.
Woke up to a flurry of emails with contingency planning. And what I will say is there's a lot that is not known. So really we're looking at the next 30 days as being critical to determine what the contingency plans will do.
Anecdotally, we have heard from our county partners who clients that go into the county offices to apply. And we've heard that clients are really uncertain about what this means.
Shelley Banker with the Colorado Department of Human Services that oversees SNAP says there's good news. Those benefits will continue through October 31st.
While there's no risk for the SNAP benefits right now in the next 30 days.
For another federal safety net program, WIC, Women, Infants, and Children program, the state of Colorado stepped in just 24 hours ago, risking money they hope to eventually get back from the federal government to keep the program funded for another month.
We feel there's greater than a 90% chance that we'll be made whole. We did present to the JBC that we wanted to make sure those benefits were uninterrupted, and we're willing to take that on.
The translation, people can rely on these two safety net programs for the next 4 weeks. But if the shutdown extends into November, benefits could risk being delayed or paused. Until then, providers like Dana will work on reassuring and coming up with a plan for people who may need one.
Our immediate concern is the perception that and the harm that people will feel because they will think that they aren't going to have enough food, right? So that's that scarcity mindset of people panicking because they're thinking they're not going to know how to put food on the table for their children.
With this government shutdown happening towards the end of the year, it could prove a precarious time for families who rely on programs like these, because we know eviction filings peak at the end of the year. Food banks also see an increase as well. It's just a tough time. And not all government shutdowns happen at the end of the year. This one happens to, so it kind of piles it on.
Yeah, it could stack up for these. It's an expensive time of year, right, for families and that kind of thing. And obviously, if this goes on a prolonged basis, that could really squeeze people.
Yeah, and I think what Dana was really talking about is that this is a time that not only they are supplementing people's food, but sometimes what the portions that they receive at the food bank, that's really all of the food that they're eating. They're not going out and supplementing with like groceries, right? And so that for families in that kind of position, it makes it really difficult.
For sure. And just to reinforce, again, the reason why the governor was interviewed today slouching in a chair in an aisle full of medications is because he was getting his flu shot and COVID shot when we were interviewing him today. It was just an odd posture.
He wanted to get his vaccines. He also wanted to talk about SNAP and WIC at the same time,
Okay. It's just, it was an odd posture, We just want to tell people that's why he's sitting there in an odd posture. Angela McCall, same posture as always. Thank you.